Hi, it's Tuesday, April 29th, and that means this is going to be my very last cash stuffing for the month of April. I don't have a whole lot today. I only have $113. Um, but if you're saving, you're saving. So even if it's just a couple of dollars, you're making progress. So I'm not going to get down on myself about not having a whole lot of money. I think that right now I don't want to say that I'm depressed. I'm feeling something. I don't know what it is, but I know that what my problem is that I'm watching all these other YouTubers and all these budgeters, and they have obviously more money than I do. And, they're sucking it away in all these areas, and I'm comparing myself to them. And that saying, that when you compare yourself to other people, it sucks your joy. It really does. So I need to just watch the videos, support those people, be happy that they are in that season in their life where they can do that, and just keep plugging away with what I'm doing because I'm making fantastic progress. I really am. And I cannot get down on myself or my budget because I make less money than people, or I have less to save, or I'm not able to do a cash on stuffing and take $8,000 back to the bank. That's just not reality for me. I probably need to watch more YouTube people that are more like me, who are on the struggle bus, who are low income, whatever. But yeah, so I'm struggling a little bit with that today, but I'm not going to let that bring me down. I'm going to go ahead and count this, make sure that it is 113. I think it is. I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 11, 12, 13. So yes, I do have 113 that I'm going to be working with today. And I've moved everything to this smaller binder. This used to be my birthday special occasion binder when I did Tiny Tuesdays. At this point, I'm not doing those anymore because all of my birthdays for 2025 are fully funded. I did do up a new plan. I think it was last week I was working on it, and I figured out for 2020, let me move this over for just one second. For 2026's birthdays, if I start August 7th, I can get them all fully funded. Let's see, what did I do? I'm going to be doing $40 a week for birthdays starting in August, and I'm going to be doing like the snowball method. So the very first birthday is going to get the majority of the money, and then everybody else is just going to get a couple of dollars. And I'm going to do that. And then it looks like by April 9th, then all of my 2026's birthdays will all be fully funded. So I'm going to start that in August. And then I also, for my 1 month ahead, which I have one more bill that I need to continue putting money towards in May. I'm hopeful that I will be fully funded in May for that one. And then I'm going to take a short break from doing my 1 month ahead so I can concentrate on school, which is really my grandson's back to school, because I am in school right now. I was accepted into the law program at the University of Arizona. I do most of my classes online. I do want to take a class at the community college, though, for American Sign Language. And so I'm going to try to put some money away for that as well. And yeah, so I do my courses as I can afford them. And but I do need to get my grandsons back to school because he's going to need new clothes and shoes and the whole bit. So I'm going to help his mom out because she's also still in school, doing, what is she in? Radiology. So anyway, starting in June 26th, that paycheck will be when I start my second month ahead. Ideally, I am going to eventually have 6 months worth of bills in my savings account. My goal for 2025 was to have 1 month. And like I said, once I have that bill, this last one done, which is car insurance, then I will have my 1 month completely done, not including my car and my house. My car gets funded elsewhere. I am 1 month ahead on my car already. My house, I am not yet. I have a plan for that. But anyway, yes, so I worked on those. I'm pretty excited about it. And so those will come up in June and in August. Now, yeah, here's my college expense worksheet, which I haven't done yet for the summer. I kind of don't want to. It makes me sick seeing all that money go away. Okay, so I'm going to jump in here and bring out my Save with Judy challenge, because I did color my last Easter basket. I'm going to put that $5 in today. And I have decided that my Save with Judy, it's $300, that money is going to go towards my grocery buffer. I wanted to have a grocery buffer saved up by the end of the year, and that's what I'm going to use that money for. I am going to not fund this today, but I do want to roll the dice for 2 of these squares so that I can save the money for my next cash stuffing. So, because I'm not going to have any IOUs in May. And so if I just plan ahead, we'll be all good for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get a 6-sided die, and one of them is going to be number 4 and 3. So I will save $7 for this next week when I do my stuffing for this. I'll just have to make a note of it that I need $7 for it. Okay, so jumping right in, I am doing $8 a week for my cats. I have a $500 savings goal. I currently have $260 in my Ally account. I moved it from the binder that I had it in to my high yield savings because it's going to make money there, and here it's just collecting dust. So I wanted to make some smart choices. So $8, so there's 5, 6, 7, 8. And now in this, oops, I pulled an extra one out. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So let me go ahead and color in $8 worth here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to be able to do a lot of these today because this is 5 for this row. There's 6, 7, 8. So this is actually the very first video that I have filmed since Easter. The other videos that I've posted, I pre-filmed. So I hope that everybody had a wonderful Easter weekend, that you were able to see family. If you celebrate Easter, you know, that you had a wonderful time. On Easter, we went to my daughter's house. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. This is my second daughter. And we went to her house because she was hosting Easter. And when I got there, I found out some exciting news that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. But my, this daughter her name is Dakota. She has 2 daughters, Gwendolyn and Cordelia. And when I got there, Gwendolyn was wearing a shirt and it said, in my big sister era again. And I looked at that shirt and I'm just like, what is this? And then Cordelia came running up and she had a shirt that says in my big sister era. And I'm like, is this a joke? Is this a bad April Fool's joke? Because my daughter, she had such horrid, horrid labor and deliveries, especially the last one. She said she would never have another baby. And so I'm like, this has to be a joke. But she's pregnant again. I'm going to have another granddaughter. Dakota is, I believe she's 14 weeks. She didn't want to tell me until after her, first trimester, which I could just give her a knuckle sandwich for keeping that secret from me. But I don't think it's really sunk in. She's like, I thought you would be more excited. I'm like, I don't even know what to think because I think you're playing a prank on me. But she did show me pictures of the ultrasound, and the baby is perfect and healthy. And yeah, and the blood test showed that it was a little girl. And she did have one of those very extensive ultrasounds just on Friday, but the baby was covering up all of her private parts, so we couldn't, have 100% verification. But yeah, everything is looking good. This is going to be my 5th grandchild, my 3rd granddaughter, and she is due in October, so it's very exciting. So I'm glad that I get to share that news with you all. But yeah, it was, it's still such a shock. And poor Dakota has PCOS like nobody's business. She has it so, so terribly. So, so any baby really for her is like a super miracle, super blessing. Yeah, so I'm excited. So for Fridays, 2025 Fridays, I am doing the last week of April, and that one is $25. So there's 20 and 25. So now in this savings challenge, I have 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58. And the reason why I only have 58 in here is because at the end of the first quarter, I took the cash out of here and I applied that towards the principal of my vehicle because I'm trying to get that paid off as quickly as I possibly can. So I will be doing the same thing at the end of June. I'll be taking this out and putting it towards the vehicle. But yeah, so I'm super excited. I'm stoked. So it was an extra special Easter for me this time. So if you have any wonderful, exciting news, comment down below and let me know what it is. Alrighty, so my Save with Judy, like I said, I already colored my last Easter basket. I should have $100 in here now because it's $25 a month and April is my 4th month. So let me go ahead and put in my $5 and verify that I do have 100 in here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, which is perfect. And at the end of the month, I am going to be taking this out and putting it into my Ally account because, I mean, honestly, it would be the smarter decision for me to do that because, yeah, I'm probably only going to make a quarter for the whole year, but that's more money than I would make with it just sitting here in this envelope. So I would like to make as much as I can. And so this is going to be transferred to the Ally account. And I do have a little, what do they call those? Where you have like the little buckets. I already have a bucket and it's called Grocery Buffer. And it's just sitting there waiting for this. So I will be doing that. And then after I collect my next 100, I will be doing that. And then the last 100 will get transferred over too. So moving right along, this is a savings challenge by Angela Marie 888. I want to make sure that I'm saying everybody's savings challenges. I'm sorry. The cat one is by Madeline Budgets. because I didn't mention that before. Sorry, Madeline. And then the 2025 Fridays is by budgeting with Jenny. Okay, and save with Judy. Everybody knows it's Judy. Alrighty, so emergency, I'm saving $25 a week. I assigned $5 for the icon in the middle, and then I will color in each one of these flowers. And I will color this off. You know what? Should I color it, or should I just save the money and use it again? I don't know. I have to think about that. But let's see how much I have in here. I think it should be 75 at this point, because I just, barely started doing this, saving for, again, this is for my $1,000 emergency fund that I would like to have funded by the end of the year. I have $100 in a separate bank, a separate high yield savings. I have two different high yield savings accounts. I have one with Ally, and then I have one with SoFi. It's SOFI. And I have my emergency fund at the SoFi. And the reason why that happened is because I thought I was signing up for Ally, and I signed up with SoFi. And it turns out that they're a pretty good bank too. And they have the same kind of interest dividends that Ally does. So I'm just like, I can have two banks, who cares? So in my emergency fund now, I have 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. And once this hits 100, I will transfer the 100 to that other account. So I think that I am not going to color this right now. I want to think about it. And maybe I'll just do it later, or maybe I'll keep it for next time. I don't know. Okay, this is my 2025 savings challenge, and I had to cut it down so it would fit in my envelope here. And I'm working on the 0 right now of the 20, and I got rid of the first 20 because I already had that fully funded. All of that money went to the bank at the end of March, and it was applied to my vehicle. So now I'm working on the 0. I have the 25 that will come up third quarter, fourth quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and put those back. And today I'm going to be putting $40 into this. I'm trying to do it at 40 each time, because if I'm able to do that, then I will complete this by June 30th. And that's my goal, is to have this completed by June 30th. So I'm going to be putting in 40, so I can do 23 and 17. That equals 40. Okay. And there's 20, 30, and 40. And so now in here I have 50, 100, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60. 160, which is correct. I'm not saving for Thanksgiving anymore because that is fully funded. And I have $10 left over because I was thinking that I was going to add another savings challenge in here, but I did not. And so I'm going to let this roll over to next week. And we should be all good with that. I think that that's what I'm thinking. Yes, that is what I am thinking. So, so next week I will have this one come into play because this is for May, and I rolled the 7 for this one, and then we will just keep plugging away on these other ones and see how well we do. So I want to thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you all are having a wonderful, blessed week and that you continue on having a fantastic rest of your April and beginning of May. I will be back. I think I'm coming back tomorrow because I want to do a plan with me for May's budget. I think that if I do it online and talk about it out loud, that it's going to help me plan better, if that makes sense. So I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, happy budgeting and take care.